Wonderful people, this is Blue, and we are gathered here to review the Silkfire by Isabel R. I received this as an art from Mint Galley in exchange for an honest review. The weather is extremely hot and I'm surrounded by mosquitoes, so unfortunately you guys have to deal with the audio of my fan. This is my third recording of this same video, but I'm just so done with the mosquitoes attacking me. There are approximately 30 dead mosquitoes surrounding me. And I have given up on life and YouTube itself. Without further ado, I'm just gonna let's lay the groundwork for the book. The book is based on a matriarchal planet city society named Jazia. There were 13 and other maybe goddesses who came from outer space and created or settled on this planet, and there are dinosaurs. Our protagonist is the hottest sex worker of the district and the most notorious because he meddles with politics a lot. His name is Korsh Zabashar. Basically, his father wants to take the throne of essentially the nation of Wall. Okay, so the City Black Planet has a few divided into districts ruled by judges, and districts are divided into the streets ruled by magistrates, and the streets are divided into buildings ruled by the ladies. It's a matriarchal society, which unfortunately very much reflects on the concept of the current Western patriarchal society, but except the roles were reversed with the healthy bit of sexism and sex tropes which come along with it. Women are the provider, the warriors here, and the men are the caretaker and the house husbands who just take care of the babies, stay home, do nothing about it. It's very progressive that Vasavki, or his father, has the ambition to take the throne. And Corey is a bastard, by the way, and yeah, women can choose to conceive, and when not to conceive, it's in their biology in this world. So why did Vasavki, or why was Corey born, and blah blah blah. It has a family history that you have to read the book to find out. What you need to know is that Vasavki is bad news, and Corey really doesn't want his father to take the throne, and he has to play politics to ensure his goal to be achieved. So he endorses his rival, his father's rival, and he is a sex worker, by the way. Corey is a sex worker, by the way, so he doesn't have much credibility because that's how patriarchal societies also work. I'm sure the author wanted to give us some bright revelations by flipping the script on how women have to suffer. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. This is today, as of filming this, today is International Women's Day. So I'm sure the author must have had in mind that, to put in the perspective, how women have to suffer, blah blah blah. But I'm sure that sexism is more than a few jokes and more than just men stay home and women. And this is like men stay home and women work out. The author has tried but failed, in my opinion, to address the nature of sexism in a societal level, be it the fictional society of Jazia or the reflection of our society. Oh, by the way, districts have a very clever name. For example, gardening, husbandry, engineering, wharf, which is Korea's district, by the way. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm just going to mention it again. The districts are ruled by judges. Korea's father wants to be one. And the districts are divided into streets, which are ruled by magistrates. And the streets are divided into buildings ruled by the ladies. I have given up on the concept of time because I have reviewed this same book 3 times, but it was unsatisfactory. So, here again. The 4th time's the charm, I guess. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. Each building is like 300 stories long, and that's kind of the shortest of the buildings. Like, the higher levels are lavish, and it reflects the upper classes, and the lower levels are run down, and it reflects the lower classes. Such a deep metaphor, who would have thought? In any case, there are dinosaurs, gods, dragons, superhumans, human with elemental magic, giants, necromancers, and a clusterfuck of fantasy elements and creatures, which convoluted the world's building, and it made no sense to me at all. I'm so sorry. This is not meant to be an attack on the author, but on the book itself. So the gods are dead, and the dragons, like the servants of the gods, the dragons are also dead, and the dragons used to produce the essence, which is basically the power that you need, and essence can be transferred from life to life at will. So it has been hoarded by the nobility. It is as it sounds. You have to transfer essence, usually through sexual acts. So the dragons will just, you get the gist, okay? The dragons, right? What confuses me is, like, they get to be the full-fledged dragon with scales and wings and, like, big, scary, extreme, towering the skyscrapers and whatnot. And then you get this dragon that is so selective. And then the dragons can shift into humans, I guess. Corey becomes the last dragon who has to kind of reestablish the line, I guess, blah blah blah. He becomes a political tool, but he doesn't know it yet. So the dragons, they used to produce fresh essence. Anyway, the people without essence, they're called Zos. They are basically normal human beings with normal looks and average strength. So, politics, yes. Corey is supposed to be this absolute monster who guess what he wants by spreading his leg or whatever. Rasha, his father, needs international/inter-district endorsements to get the throne, and his political rival, right, Corey wants his political rival to be the judge instead. So he hoards around, so he'll get the endorsements. Politics Pentric 0, sex scenes 1. What was I even expecting? I don't even know, but he basically has such a divorce with another judge's heir, and he gets the endorsement by making one lie. Whoa, so monstrous. One thing that I really was into the book for was that it has a poly couple. I was high with the Iron Widow couple, and I was really into it, so I also requested it, and I did it, but I didn't care for it. So he has his partners, right? One is Korea's bisexual or pansexual. His partner is Ria, who I'm just gonna call her Ria, and Faziz. So Ria is, it's later in the book, but still, Ria is awaiting what is essentially a death sentence, or life sentence, sorry, or even a death sentence, I don't really care, but it's complicated. But Faziz and Corey, they're just busy doing the naughties. Yeah, I did not like it. Polycouple, polyrem, zero sex scenes too. In my opinion, the role reversal of making it a matriarchal society didn't provide anything of value to the story, except for maybe some fun times and fun scenes. Oh, did I mention that people here eat dinosaur meat? Oh yeah, dinosaurs exist, by the way. I don't remember if I mentioned this in this video. Dinosaurs exist for some reason. I was also confused by the technology of Jadzia because there are hover platforms and it's so technologically advanced, blah, blah. But they run on carriages pulled by raptors. Uh-huh. And they Brontosaurus meat. But my point is that everything in this book was super messy and incoherent, and it was not a fun kind. I had trouble just following what the author had to say or what the characters are doing. There was a necromancy plotline, and yeah, at point blank, the book was way too ambitious to be a coherent book and like in a single world. Like there is way too many things going on. There are just too many things going on for one book or even one world. That is all I'm gonna say. It kind of falls apart. I was thinking that I would give this book 2 stars because it's a debut, to my knowledge that is, and I didn't want to be too harsh on the author. But my last breaking point was a shocking plot twist. And the characters were butchered. The whole story and the point of the story was, it just fell apart. Like the whole point of the story, I can't, it's a major spoiler, but oh my goodness, I'm having a mental breakdown just thinking about it. It made the whole story pointless to me. I did not like it. I did not care for it. You know what, the worst stories are those stories that makes you feel that you wasted your time. Yeah. Okay, and I wanted to add a little thing more for Corey's character. Okay, so Corey's character, he is presented to be this angsty monster who does whatever he wants to get what he wants. And we end up with basically a bunch of nothing. I believe the author wanted to showcase that there's essentially nothing wrong with him except how he perceives himself because of how society tells him to perceive himself and his own self-esteem. Unfortunately, the point of it wasn't well fleshed out because it's a fast-paced and plot-driven book. We don't have time for these ruminations. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, my brow. I'm sorry, I just don't recommend it. Yeah, that's it for the video. That was incoherent. I'm just gonna give you the, just read you the synopsis. Set in a planet-sized metropolis city where magic and technology freely bleed together, Emil Coatson's quest for vengeance against his aristocrat father draws him into an ancient struggle between dragons, necromancers, and his home district's violent history. Corey knew that meddling in politics could end badly, particularly when trying to sabotage his aristocratic father's campaign before he destroys the city he has come to love. And when a chance encounter with a dying god imbues him with magic-breathing powers, it gets worse. He suddenly becomes a commodity and a political player. But the corruption in his city runs deeper than just one man, and an ally's betrayal unleashes an army of the dead on his home city. Corey must trust the world with his deepest secret to stand beside the woman and man he has finally let himself love, as only the bright truth of a dragon's fire can break the iron fist of the Necromancer's hold. Yay! I did not care for it. You are free to read and check it out for yourself if you want to. That's it from my side. If you have read, I would like to hear your thoughts on the book. Yeah. Bye.